In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Click2Pay merchant portal interface. To get started, you'll need to log into Click2Pay using your merchant account. Once you're logged in, you will be taken to the My Activities screen. We'll cover this screen in just a second. We're going to start from the top of the list and work our way down. At the top of the list, we have the My Account button, which shows a breakdown of your account as well as recent payments that you have received. At the top here, you'll see this graph, which shows us the different types of documents that are synced to the portal, as well as the amounts that are unpaid for each document type. Hovering over any of the sections on the graph here will show you the percentage of outstanding payments for that document type. Below that, we have the recent payment section, which just shows you a brief overview of the most recent payments that have been received. On the right-hand side, you have the receipt hyperlink here, and if we click that, that is going to download a copy of the receipt and display it in the browser. Next, we have the payment screen, which is an extended version of the recent payments screen that you saw in the My Account screen. So on this screen, we have quite a bit more information. We have the transaction number, and we also have the ability to print the receipts. By clicking on the transaction number, we are taken to a filtered version of the My Activity screen that shows us more in-depth detail about the document that you clicked on. Next, we have the My Activity section, and this is where customers spend a majority of their time. The My Activity section shows us all of our document types, invoices, sales orders, and if your system is enabled for it, you will also have a tab for quotes here as well. Starting from the left, on the Invoices tab only, you can have the option to pay multiple documents at once using these checkboxes. Now, if you'll see down here at the bottom, we have the total amount selected. So if we add or subtract invoices, that total amount selected changes. And if we click Begin Payment, this is going to bring up the payment screen, and we can see the documents that are being paid as well as the subtotal for those documents. Next, we have the customer name. By clicking on the customer name, we can see activity that happened with the document, where the document came from, and when it was created. In the top left corner, you will see a hyperlink, and this hyperlink allows you to click on it, which is going to load the payment link. Next, we have the invoice column. This invoice column is handy because clicking on this allows us to see a copy of the invoice or sales order that was sent up to the cloud from your ERP system. This document will update as the document changes inside of Sage. So if the amount changes, it is going to re-upload the document and send it up here so the current version is always on the screen. Next, we have the due date column. The due date is also related to when this needs to be paid. So when it shows up in the My Account screen, it will show the total of documents that are past due. Next, we have the discount date. And the discount date only applies to customers that have a dynamic discount. Next, we have the discount available column, and this column will show an amount that is available for discounting. The discount to be applicable must be paid in full in order for the discount to apply. And it must be paid before the discount date, of course. Next, we have the invoice total column, and this gives you the total of the invoice. Next, we have the balance column. The balance column shows the balance remaining on that document. So if we click on balance, that is going to bring up the payment screen for a single document. You can also adjust the payment amount here. So if your system is enabled for partial payments, we could change this to $44 instead of $84, and that would bring it into Sage as a partial payment. Next, we have the posted amount. When a customer pays one of these documents, the balance is going to reduce, and the amount that it is reduced by is going to be added to the posted amount column. So if I paid $40 here, we would have a $40 posted amount, and the balance remaining here would be $44. The to pay column reflects the balance column. Next, if we click the ellipsis, we can see the document date, and we can also see the status of the document. However, the unpaid status or paid status can also be inferred by looking at the balance column. Next, we have the sales order column, which shows all of the same information that we have for invoices, minus the ability to take multiple payments, as Sage does not allow us to make multiple payments against a single sales order. Next, we have the address tab. The address tab is handy if we want to save an address to use for saved cards. However, seeing as how a merchant cannot make a payment in the portal, as all of your payments will be made in Sage if you, the merchant, are going to be making a payment, this tab isn't going to serve much purpose to you. However, by clicking on the Add New Address, you can save a new address inside of the screen by filling out the fields. Next, we have the customer screen. So you can see here that I only have one customer. But if you have multiple customers that are set up for Click2Pay inside of Sage, when a document is saved and uploaded to the portal, a new customer is going to be created here inside of the portal. Next, we have the user screen. As you can see here, I have two separate users, and these two users have two separate roles. If you would like to add a user, you can click the Add User button. It will ask you to provide information for that user, give them a username, and select their roles. So if you would like to create an account for someone in your organization, you can set them up as a merchant. If you would like to create an account for one of your customers, you can set them up as a merchant customer. Lock user until allows you to select a date from the date picker and a time, and your account that you have the lock user until will not be able to log in until that date has passed. Next, we have the time zone. This time zone is important to set accurately for the user. And we also have merchants. So if we go ahead and click plus there, that's going to allow us to add a merchant. And when we add a merchant, we can select the company. My company here is named company name, but this will show your company name. Next, we also have customer. So for each customer that you have in the system, that customer will show inside of this drop box with the name and the division number plus the account number that you have in customer maintenance. Next, we have stored payment types, which shows us a display of the different payment types that we have saved in the system, whether they be ACHs or cards. You can also access addresses here as well, the same as the address tab. Next, we have webhook logs and application logs. However, these aren't tabs that you're going to be in, and they will be covered in a separate video. Next, we have the Customize Receipt tab. This Customize Receipt tab allows us to customize our receipt. So if we go to File, in New, this is going to allow us to create a completely custom receipt to be used and sent out to the customer. So by using these drop-downs, we can have different elements added to the screen, so we can add images, links, media, and all of that information is also here in this quick access bar. Next, we have the branding tab. And this branding tab is going to allow you to customize the colors of your portal. So if we were to change the background color, you can see that that allows us to change the colors on screen. So if you would like the portal to match your company branding, you can add all of those features here by changing the background color. You can change the size of your logo. You can opt to enable or disable the merchant name, as well as the font that is used with it. You can change the weighting of the font, and we can also change the colors of the brand and buttons. Next, we have the payment page link, and this payment page link is going to allow us to customize the look of our payment page. So when a customer receives a emailed payment link and they click on it, this is what they are going to see. So this shows you just what your customer would see. Next, we have the Customize menu screen. Here on the Customize menu screen, this allows you to choose your default landing pages, as well as customize what elements on screen are shown to you as a merchant. So if you're not going to be in webhook logs, and you're not going to be in application logs, you can simply move them to the settings menu, and they will show up when you click the gear in the top right corner. Let's go ahead and save our changes there. It's going to reload the screen. And on the left-hand side, you'll notice that we don't see those options anymore, but if we click on the gear in the top right-hand corner, they've been added there. And on that gear menu, we also have Merchant. So Merchant allows us to view the merchant details screen. And on this screen, that allows us to come in here and edit the row. We have your merchant ID for Click2Pay, which is used inside of Sage for your different payment types. We have the company name. We have the email on file. And we also have your business addresses. Here we also have the ability to turn off fee recovery, disallow partial pay, and show an account link. And you can also update your logo here as well. Next, we have the My Profile section. Now, this is just for your personal profile, but by clicking on here, you'll be taken to the My Profile screen, which allows you to view your merchant name, the username that you're logged in as, the first and last name of the account of the person who is logged in, email address and time zone for that user, and the ability to reset your password by clicking on the pencil here. Finally, we have the logout button in the bottom left corner, and we also have a logout button on the profile menu here. Clicking on the question mark in the top right-hand corner is going to take us to the Paya B2B ERP support screen.